look at that. I'm looking down at the drone view right now, and the thing just basically, it almost feels like I'm just turning 360s right now, almost turning upon itself. Wow. This is so weird. Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. I'm here at 8th Grade Lux checking out the Hummer EV 1000 horsepower. Jimmy, what do you think?
Dude,
this thing's nuts, huh?
Massive.
I mean, I don't think I can have anything with less than 1,000 horsepower these days, and this is the only 1,000 horsepower truck. I ordered this Cybertruck, but who knows when that thing's coming.
Yeah.
That's like mid next year, but this thing is just massive. And today, we're gonna review it, take it for a drive, do all the cool features. This thing's got massive off-road capabilities, crab walking, 1,000 horsepower, bunch of motors, huge battery, and 0 to 60 is 3 seconds, which is faster than the Model Y Performance. 0 to 60, and this is like 3.7.
Sounds like we're gonna have to test that.
I think we gotta see.
Yeah.
Hummer HV draggy test versus the Model Y.
Does it even fit in the camera? It's so
this thing's so ridiculous. All right, so here it is. Let's jump inside and check out all the features inside, because it is blazing hot out here. And here is the mammoth Hummer HV. These things are going for big bucks, super limited. This is the first edition. Let's get in and check it out. Oh, gotta step up on these kind of roof rails here, and oh, there we go.
Wow.
This thing's very roomy inside. Look how far away you are over there.
About an arm's length.
So inside, some other things that I've seen online is these roof panels here are tinted but completely come off. We're not gonna take them off because it'll probably take a while, but you can see there's a lever here and back here, and these four panels pop up. You can actually put them in the front. And then this center bar right here also comes off, but this is a little more involved. You can see up here, it comes with like an Allen key here. So you take off these two screws, and this will give you kind of a drop top off-road experience. And in the back, there's plenty of room back there. There's a bed, because it's a pickup truck in the back that's just covered. And in the front, we'll check out the front trunk, or the front in a little bit too. But let's go through some of the electronics. All right, so first thing you'll notice, we got a huge, I think this is a 12.3-inch screen up front. And they got like another 10-inch screen right here. Driving experience, it's got a kind of a standard shifter here. Pull it, put your foot on the brake and pull it in to go into drive. And then you got neutral, and then reverse. I guess you got to press this button here. So pretty standard stuff, and then park. I did notice that there's a paddle shifter here. This is not to go up and down gears, because we got no gears in here. This is actually to adjust the regen in the car. So if you don't like as much regen, you just click on this little battery icon right here, and you can go plus and minus on how much regen you want. So down here we have a dial selector mode, and then some pretty cool animations here. So we're gonna go into the first mode here, which is my mode, which I guess you can customize some of the things. Here you go, off-road, kicking up dirt, absolutely paved roads, no. Respect the watts. A little bit of humor in here. And I guess you click on got it. And it's got some pretty cool stuff. Terrain, electronic stability reduced for optimum drive mode. Accept. Look at that, it's pulling the rocket.
It's pulling the moon rocket.
The moon rocket. There are a lot of moon kind of accents in this car. Down here on the speaker, it's got the surface of the moon down here. And then it's got some other kind of hidden features kind of throughout the car with that same theme. But yeah, so what else we got here? We got the phone. I'm sure it's got the standard kind of Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. We got the audio selections here. We got Sirius XM.
It looks like it's Google navigation, which is pretty.
Start navigation. Got a G meter, drift angle. There's your lat long. It's actually got your altitude as well. I might be listening to what we're saying right now. I think that's like Google Assistant. Google. We got drive mode and all this kind of stuff here. And then what's this? We got the H, pitch and roll. Oh, so these are aux switches. So instead of having a bunch of switches up here, typical for the trucks, you can actually have labeled aux switches for roll bar lights and all kinds of accessories you might put on there. And I think you can actually name these too, or whatever you want.
Yeah, you can just edit here.
You can edit the buttons and all that kind of stuff. Yep. So pitch and roll. I hear this thing has 18 cameras in the car. Let's see if we can get some of that up here.
So here we go. So we have this view, and then we have on the like top down.
Yep.
Then we have the side view.
Uh-huh.
This is the tow hitch in the back, and then this might be the underneath camera.
Yeah, look at that. That is actually underneath the vehicle, and I think these have squirters on them to clean them off if you get all muddy too.
Yeah, you can just, there you go.
There you go. You just sprayed it. Do it again. That's hilarious. That is awesome. So yeah, so I guess that's the back of the car or the front.
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
That is, I think.
Let's see which direction we're going here. So that is the front underneath of the car to see exactly what you're driving over.
And that's the back. So it's got
the
front
rear.
and rear. Yeah.
There you go.
And then you got this one right here, which is combining both front and rear, all into one. And then that's front.
Okay. And then you go back here, you got the front. And then side views. Is there a top-down view too? Oh yeah, look at that.
Well, right here to the
Oh
left.
right, the top-down's always there.
Yeah, it's always there.
Wow.
You can do that.
I wonder if this is recording all the time, kind of like the Teslas are, because it'd be cool to record your off-road experience.
It will be really nice, actually,
Yeah.
considering you have all these cameras. It will be
Right.
amazing to. I don't know. It doesn't seem. I would assume there's some kind of SD card. There's a slot here.
USB-C, we got USB-A, we got wireless charging, huge center console right here with a tray and a light. Yep. Whoops. And then this is kind of nice here. You got the standard heated and cooled seats. So you click there, you can go turn on the cooled seats high.
That's a nice little touch. They give you that so you can clean
Microfiber.
your screens.
And then we got parking sensors, traction control.
You ready for this?
Oh, here's the sticker. Let's check it out. What did this car cost new?
$114,000.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
For
good
all that
luck.
you're getting here,
It-
listen,
it-
you're getting 1,000 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
The battery, so here's a fun fact. The battery in this car is over twice the size as the Plaid battery. So my Plaid battery is 100 kilowatt hours. This is 210 kilowatt hours. And the battery weighs more than a Honda Civic.
Jesus.
The battery in this car weighs more than most cars on the road.
So you can say this is the most inefficient EV ever.
Well, for the size.
For the size, it's 9,000 pounds,
Let's
right?
do a micro record. So you know what a micro record is? Micro record is when you have a record for something that has like 90 conditions on it. I'm guessing this is the most heaviest, fastest truck in the world.
It has to be.
Has to be.
It has to be.
0 to 60, they say is 3 seconds. Of course, drag times. We're
figure
measuring
that out.
0 to 60, and we're also, back here you can see the Model Y. There might be a little sprinted fun run with the Model Y later on too. But so here we got some other things. Looks like heated steering wheel. Looks like rear-wheel drive lock, all-wheel drive. I'm assuming it's in all-wheel drive all the time. And then your kind of standard kind of AC controls and stuff like that.
All your parking sensors.
Got stereo controls. How do you get back to the main section here? So rear climate, trailering, off-road, Wi-Fi hotspot built in.
Yeah. Trailering. Google News and podcast.
Yeah. So what's it got for trailering here? Some of these will have you, I think some of the other towing EVs have you input the weight of the trailer so they can do calculations based on range. Because, on a trailer with the Model Y,
Yeah.
you just get half the range. You can just assume it on
One
that.
thing I did notice, which is really nice, it has the trailer brake right here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So
Okay.
you can make your adjustments here of your
Yeah.
trailer brake, just like you can with any other.
Yeah. Right now I have a Ford F350 turbo diesel, and it's kind of got into that.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be. Maybe I trade this for trade the Ford for this.
I mean,
My friend also has a Ford Lightning coming soon too, so we're gonna do a review on that as well. All right, so right now we have 355 miles of range, and we are at about 98% charge. So we're not gonna do any range testing, but I wonder if this car would get about 300 miles while you're driving around. Towing, of course, would be a lot less. This also has, for such a big truck, the rear wheels turn up to 10 degrees, which makes the turning radius of this huge truck that of a compact car, somewhere in the 30-foot range. And we're gonna give that a try. Also, it's got crab walk, which the car can actually drive sideways. So we're gonna pop up the drone, get a view of the crab walk and see how that works. On the steering wheel, you got all your standard stuff, kind of navigate these buttons to navigate some of the things on here. You got your cruise control. There are some buttons down here, and it actually has a button here to open the front trunk. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that. And you can see here, it opens electronically, and boom, there you go. let's get out and check out how much space we got in the front of the trunk over here. Wow, this is really, really high up here. So it looks like this has, normally there's a bunch of space in here. Of course, these are the containers for the panels that we took a look at earlier. So if you think you're gonna take off the panels, I guess you gotta include these storage bins, which takes up the entire front of your front trunk. So if you plan on taking the roof off, don't plan on using or storing anything in the front. But without these in here, you can see there is going to be a ton of space. I'm not gonna pull these out, but you can see that, man, this is a really, really big frunk. And some of the details up here, everything's got the H logos. This is an H logo, these are LEDs. When you charge, these actually light up blue as you're charging to show the charge state. And the headlights these are not actually the headlights. These are the headlights and high beams down here. Underneath the truck, you can see we got skid plates all along the bottom, protect against rocks and so forth. And it's got a ton of clearance, and then big ass tow hooks already on here. And there's one of the front cameras right there. And I think there's a button somewhere in here where you can actually close this. There you go. And there's your front trunk closing up. Another fun fact, it actually has 3 windshield wipers across the front, because this is basically a wall right here, and you need, well, a lot of windshield wipers to take care of that. As we talked about the turning radius of this huge thing, you can see the left wheels are turned all the way, and the right wheels, as you turn, actually come in about 10 degrees. And it is really, really apparent how much this wheels turn in like that. Let's check out the other side. Yeah, wow. So let's check out the turning radius. We got a nice, well, I don't know if we're gonna do donuts. It looks like someone does a lot of donuts out here. You think it's gonna take a big wide turns, but when I pulled out of the parking lot over at H. Greg Lux, it took me some getting used to of how tight this thing can actually turn on itself. So I have it turned all the way, and man, I don't even need hardly any of the space in this big roundabout. Let me see if I can get a little more in the middle here. Wow, this is crazy. It just turns up on itself. Look at that. I'm looking down at the drone view right now, and the thing just basically, it almost feels like I'm just turning 360s right now, almost turning upon itself. Wow. This is so weird. Apply a little more gas here. Oh, it's starting to tip a little bit. All right, all right. Wow, that is really, really cool. And I'm a little dizzy, jeez. All right, so that was super cool. The new DJI Mini Pro 3 that I got has active tracking. I actually drew an image around the Hummer right here, hit go, and it just recorded and followed me around and did those really cool views right there. This thing is awesome. You guys got to check it out. All right, so next up, I'm going to test out the crab walking feature. So instead of the wheels moving the opposite direction of the front wheels, in this case, the wheels move in the same direction as the front wheels. What this allows you to do is move the car kind of sideways. So let's give it a try and see what it does. I know you hold down this button here. I think it brings up the crab walk feature. Oh, maybe I didn't hold it down long enough. I'll hold it down again. It was doing some kind of cinematic thing here. Crab walk initializing. How cool is that? All right, so now let's check the wheels out and let's see what happened here. Yeah, so now, look at that. The wheels are turned to the left. You can see quite a bit here, and same with the front. Now let's hop in, and I hear, this is a pretty weird experience to drive sideways. Let's see. Crab walk. No. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Look at this. So I got the wheel all to the right, and the car just slides.
Yeah, the car is just, it's.
I think the key is to do it slow. If you drive too fast, you don't get the full effect.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it has a mile-an-hour limitation as well.
Oh, does it?
I would assume so. Can't imagine that you can go more than X amount of.
So you see how we're just kind of moving to the side here?
We're just crab walking it the whole way.
That is real weird. What other cars have this? From the factory.
From the factory? I think this one might be the first one.
So now I got the wheel all the way to the left. I mean, it's like you don't want it all the way to the left, because then it really starts to turn the front, and you move that you lose that side-to-side motion that we're getting right now, right?
Yeah.
You can even see it in the screen here, how it's just kind of, the car is straight, right?
Yep.
The car is moving
The
back
car
and
is
forth.
completely back and forth, so you're totally like. I mean, this is a great parting trick, but
They use it for,
what is the real world
like
use?
for off-roading and rocks and stuff. I guess if you
I
want to
guess,
like navigate
yeah.
between a rock or something like that, where you couldn't turn, you can just kind of move the car directly left.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I really don't know. I'm making that up. All right, so now we're gonna do the first draggy test, see what the 0 to 60 is, then possibly line up against the Model Y. This has a special mode called Watts to Freedom.
Yeah.
Watts to Freedom.
What's the freedom?
And to do that,
Because
you hit the traction twice, and then it shakes the seat. There's like vibrating seats in here, and it goes through this dramatic kind of launch sequence. And then from here, we put the car in drive,
And it tells you there, what's the freedom?
and then it says Watts to Freedom right here. And then I will hold the brake, apply the throttle, and then we're gonna go see what 0 to 60 is. I'm applying the brake, torque maximized. Yeah, it doesn't like come off the line crazy. Yeah, it doesn't like come off the line crazy.
60.
I don't know if that's 3 seconds. What do you guys think? I think it took longer than 3, but let's check it out. All right, 0 to 60 on my clock here on the Draggy is 4.95. That's nowhere near 3 seconds. Let's try again though. Release brake. Oh, that was way better. Release brake. Oh, that was way better.
60.
All right. So I think I held on the power braking too long because it definitely did some more stuff here and then actually launched pretty good. All right, we got to do it one more time because it didn't work the first time. It didn't work the first time.
What, the launch?
The launch. Yeah, 0 to 60 was like 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
And it just did 3.4.
I think if we open the door. Dude, that it just be.
No, it like tells you down here, floor it and then let go. I think I held it down too long.
Oh, okay.
See?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then it went into some mode, it went ping, and then
Oh,
now it's
okay.
shaking my seat right now. All right, here we go. It says floor it, release brake. Here we go. Release brake. Here we go.
60.
It is crazy. This truck weighs 9,000 pounds. And it just did 0 to 60 in like 3.4 seconds. It might have spun a little bit too. I heard some noise. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. This is gonna be good with the Model Y. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's, we might as well give it a little shot. Model Y versus Hummer. Just do 0 to 80-ish.
Yeah, and it spun
Yeah.
pretty good too.
It did. I heard some spinning. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's fun,
why.
it's fun.
It will do 0 to 60 better without the spinning. I heard, yeah,
No,
which
it's
is crazy.
struggling. You'll
So
see
it's
it on the
struggling.
slow motion.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's line it up. All right, so now that we got all the fun out of the way, what is it like to drive a Hummer just around town? And I gotta say, this is a really comfortable, really well-built car. Everything in here is pretty high quality with regards to the leather and the side pieces. Obviously, this is an off-road vehicle, so you don't want to go too crazy on the interior because it's probably going to get quite dirty. But wow, that watts to freedom mode is insane. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds, and that's spinning all 4 tires down the road. You can see the front wheels just ripping it up. These are off-road tires, they're not track tires. So I could definitely believe that this car is dropping into the low 3 second 0 to 60, possibly into the 2s. The fun runs against the Model Y. This thing just rips with 1,000 horsepower. And for everyday driving, I mean, dude, I got so much room in here. You could take the roof off here and have a totally T-top open experience. This might be a great car or truck or whatever you want to call it to keep up at the Tennessee house, because I do a lot of off-roading. This might be too big for the off-roading I do, but there's definitely some trails that you could take Jeeps and other kind of bigger vehicles down. But just for everyday driving, this thing drives great. I mean, it's got adjustable regen here on the steering wheel. The range is good, well over 300 miles. All the playing around we did today still shows 307 miles of range. And you know, it's got a nice display system here, CarPlay, which I'm gonna see if I can find a cable and plug in to see what that looks like. I could definitely see myself driving one of these, maybe in the meantime until the Cybertruck comes. I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised, honestly, that Tesla got caught behind in the truck wars. You know, they got that Cybertruck coming out middle of next year, they're saying, but these are hitting the road. The Ford F-150 Lightnings are hitting the road. The Rivian is hitting the road, and Tesla got caught behind. So hopefully they get together with that Texas plant that I went out to see and start producing some cars so I can get that. I definitely have the tri-motor 1,000 horsepower version on order. It'll be interesting to see when that comes out. I know they were saying 0 to 60 in 3 seconds as well, so it's going to have its work cut out for them. It's going to keep up with this Hummer hitting 0 to 60 in the low 3s. Special thanks to H. Craig Lux for providing me this vehicle to review. If you're interested in picking this up, hit up H. Craig Lux, and I'm sure they can hook you up with something here. And here's a sight to see. Look at this. There is a huge 6x6 vehicle right next to me. Maybe we need to do a little race with this thing. Wait, so look at the size of this thing right here. Wow, that's got crab mode as well. Who wants to see Hummer versus the Ram 6x6? That thing's insane. All right, so that's a wrap of Hummer EV versus, well, full review and versus the Model Y.
Yeah.
Dude, ridiculous.
Unbelievable. I mean, the biggest thing about it is not only how fast it is, like from a launch, but also slowing down that big weight. It's so much weight.
9,000 pounds.
It's amazing.
So 9,000 pounds, 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
And the torque. I mean, electric torque, this is like the future. This is why everything is so fast.
I mean, it doesn't get any better, I think, like for now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, super impressed with it. Like, you'll see in the video, like, when we launch this thing, it's literally spinning the front. Yeah. Literally spinning the
Spinning
front.
all 4 tires. Obviously, these are off-road tires, but I think it definitely got 0 to 60 in the low 3s.
Yeah.
With some, I don't know if you can even get different tires for this.
I mean, you probably could,
Yeah.
but, like, it's an off-roader, right? It's not supposed to be, like, street crop mauler.
So you got crab walking, 4-wheel steering, 1,000 horsepower, crazy battery, great range, good quality. I love it. It's great.
It's fantastic.
If you guys want to check this car out, H. Craig Lux right here. It is actually for sale. So give them a buzz if you looking forward to 1,000 horsepower SUV. As always.
As for the drag time special.
Yes, they will give you a discount for drag times. Let them know. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Helps the video on the channel. We'll see you next video.